Hey, what's up, guys? Scott here, back once more with another video. I'm trying to do at least one video a month. I work a lot, so I don't have a lot of time to really devote to doing videos all the time. But I love doing videos about the superheroes and stuff because that's just what I love, like that section of pop culture and that genre. I like the stories and the characters and what we've got to see unfold in live action and in animation on screen. So I've kind of found my niche, like when it comes to like my fandom, right? So love doing videos about that stuff. I do like other genres too a lot, but obviously, so not having a lot of free time to really do it, I want to mainly focus on my what I love. So that's superhero stuff. So anyway, yes. So I was committed to doing one video a month leading up to the premiere of Avengers Doomsday, and some of those videos will be going back and reviewing the older pre MCU Marvel movies. I think I've even done a couple on the channel before, but I might revisit some of those too, because these next Avengers movies are going to be like the culmination of whereas Infinity War and Endgame were the culmination of the 10 to 12 years worth of storytelling stretching all the way back to Iron Man 1. Then you had the whole conflict with Thanos, the build up and the conflict with Thanos and stuff. And they did a great job with that. Don't get me wrong at all. I mean, an amazing job. 20 plus movies, a complete saga. I mean, lightning in a bottle, right? But that being said, the directors, the Russo brothers, have said their excuse me, their goal with the next Avengers movies is to outdo Infinity War and Endgame. Now, I don't think they can necessarily do that with the build-up that they had with Infinity War and Endgame, but as far as the actual technical scale of the story, the amount of characters we're going to get, the fights, the stakes, gonna outdo Infinity War and Endgame, because already we're dealing with the multiverse, right? I mean, whereas Infinity War and Endgame were confined to the main MCU universe, whereas these movies will be dealing with the fate of the entire multiverse, right? So even if the buildup isn't there, the actual stakes and scale of the films will literally be larger than ever, way larger than Infinity War and Endgame. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this story. So now, I think about 3 weeks ago, they just now started filming Doomsday, and they did a cast reveal, some of the cast revealed, by doing this what people are calling chair watch, where they reveal different chairs of different actors that are going to be in the movie. And we already knew some of them were confirmed, like Thunderbolts, some core Avengers, the new Fantastic Four, who are getting their own movie this year before Doomsday. Thunderbolts also getting their own movie just in about 2 weeks. Can't wait to see it. We knew a lot of those characters were going to be there, but some huge surprises, like some classic X-Men characters coming back, like Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, Channing Tatum as Gambit's coming back, James Marsden as Cyclops, and then Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, someone we thought we would never see back in a Marvel movie. So a lot of great surprises. But the thing is that Kevin Feige, and it was confirmed not too long after that, they haven't announced everyone. They announced 27 names for the movie. And it's being reported that this movie will have 60 to 70 characters. So they maybe revealed half the cast with this presentation. So a lot of people have been speculating about who they hope is going to be announced for the movie, or who is going to be in the movie. So I kind of wanted to do the same thing. I took some time, made a list of some characters a big list of characters I do want in the movie, and then kind of a small list of characters I don't really want to see in the movie. So I'm going to go through each character that I listed and tell them why I want to see them in the movie, and then on all the ones I don't want to, why I don't want them in the movie. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but also get my point across. So let's get started. All right, number one, no doubt, that came to mind. Halle Berry as Storm. I don't care what anyone says. I think Halle Berry made a great Storm. I think the material she was given was not the best in the original X-Men movies, but I think she looks the part. She did great with what she was given, and she deserves a chance to be in the MCU as that character. I think, I can't imagine anyone playing. Now, you did have the younger Storm in Apocalypse. I think Alexandra Shipp was that actress's name. But the proper modern Storm, I want to see Halle Berry come back and reprise that role in the MCU for this last hurrah, right? So she definitely deserves to come back. I want to see her for sure. On that same note, number 2, Famke Janssen is Jean Grey. Made a great Jean Grey, grown Jean Grey in the original X-Men. And that's the thing too. All these actors, all these actors are still young enough that they can play these characters like for one last hurrah, right? So this would not be a huge commitment. This would be like a 1 or 2 movie commitment, right? So they could all come back for this last hurrah that's celebrating, Marvel and film across 30 years. Now that Marvel Studios finally has the rights to most, if not all, of their characters in live action film. So to have all these actors come back at this point would not be a big commitment, because this is like a 1 to 2 movie commitment to celebrate Marvel and film, across all mediums, right? So definitely deserves to come back. So, all right. So Storm and Jean Grey, kind of the same thing. I think they both, Halle Berry and Famke Janssen both play those characters amazingly in the originals. They both look the part well. And I want to see them both come back. All right. On that same note, number 3, Anna Paquin is Rogue. And I want to see all these characters, like we got with Deadpool and Deadpool Wolverine. I want to see all these characters in their comic accurate suits. That's what I really want to see. So Anna Paquin as Rogue was part of that original core group, really. And to have her come back and be like Rogue fighting alongside them would be amazing. So Anna Paquin, definitely want to see her back as Rogue. All right, now we're getting into more of the mainstream MCU heroes. Okay, number 4, no surprise here, Captain Marvel. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel. A new core Avenger, came in towards the end of the Infinity Saga with Thanos, played a big part in the fight against Thanos, and they've kind of planted the seed for her to be a major part moving forward. So, I mean, have her not be in the fight against Doctor Doom and whoever he's going to bring would be, a missed opportunity. So definitely want Captain Marvel there. Miss Marvel. I like the new concept in the MCU of the older heroes having proteges. With Hawkeye, it's Kate Bishop. With Sam Wilson, it's Joaquin Torres. With Captain Marvel, it's Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. To have all these, and Joaquin Torres, who's confirmed for the movie. So I want to see all the proteges come in to help their older counterparts help fight this battle, right? So, yes, Miss Marvel and all the proteges deserve to be there. Number 6, Kate Bishop, same thing. I want to see all the younger heroes coming together with their mentors to help fight this battle. Number 7, Wasp. Now, this might be kind of a not popular take, but I really like Evangeline Lilly as Wasp, and I want to see her come back for these Avengers movies. I love her suit design. I think Evangeline Lilly is great in the role, and I want to see more of her. She wasn't given a lot to do in Quantumania, but I mean, they can, the Wasp is a core Avenger in the comics. So they need to bring, Ant-Man's in here, so to my opinion, they got to bring Wasp back. So I definitely want to see Wasp. All right, number 8. I'll kind of throw number 8 and number 9 together. Nakia and Okoye, both Wakandan people. They've announced Shuri M'Baku for the movie, and Namor, who was in Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. So they announced a bunch of people. I want to see all the main Wakandans there that we've got left. And Naki and Okoye are both extremely capable fighters. So yes, I want to see all the Wakandans there. Number 10, Star-Lord. And although Star-Lord is the only Guardian I would want to see back, because I feel like the original Guardians got their great send-off with Guardians 3, and I think Drax, Rocket, Mantis, all those characters have moved on. They disbanded at the end, whereas Star-Lord came back to Earth. So he's available to help out the Avengers and stuff. He's the only Guardian that I would want to see back in this movie. Number 12, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. He's back. He's been back already in Deadpool and Wolverine, and to have him team up with the classic X-Men in his comic accurate suit and their comic accurate suits would be amazing to see in live action. So yes, I want to see Wolverine, and I'll lump the other 2 in, Deadpool and X-23. all these X-Men characters. I want to see them together fighting alongside the Avengers against Doom's forces, and alongside the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts. So, yes, all the main X-Men characters I want to see. That we've gotten a good amount of time with. So on that note, also Deadpool Wolverine. I want to see Jennifer Garner's Elektra back, and Wesley Snipes' Blade, because both of them got introduced into the MCU through Deadpool and Wolverine. They both had a significant role in that movie. They both have had movies as these characters pre-MCU. Wesley Snipes had a Blade trilogy, and Jennifer Garner was Elektra in the original Daredevil movie, and got her own movie, and I like all those movies. I don't care what anyone says. So yes, I want to see them back teaming up with these MCU heroes to fight against Doom. All right, now we're going on to the villain side of things. Okay, I've been talking about a lot of good guys. I want to throw in a couple villains. And hear me out on this. I want to see Thanos and Apocalypse. Now, and classically, even though this movie's called Avengers, and don't get me wrong, he has been an enemy of pretty much every major superhero team, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers. Dr. Doom has. But primarily, Dr. Doom is, in the comics at least, is a Fantastic Four villain. Because he has at least in the comics, has a big connection to Reed Richards. So, he's primarily a Fantastic Four villain. But I think you need a villain for each major team that's involved. Thanos, obviously, archenemy of the Avengers, in the comics and in the MCU. Apocalypse, one of the X-Men's most powerful archenemies, alongside even more powerful than Magneto, I would argue. You need a couple of villains that Doctor Doom has as allies that represent the other teams. So for the Fantastic Four, you'd have Doom, and for the X-Men, you'd have Apocalypse, and for the Avengers, you would have Thanos. So to bring them all together as a villain triumvirate would be amazing. So I want to see Thanos and Apocalypse in there, because you need the most powerful villain for each team for them to fight, right? So yes. All right. And I forgot to list some characters. I apologize. I want to see Valkyrie. Thor is confirmed for the movie, and so I want to see Valkyrie is also an Asgardian warrior, and I love Valkyrie as a character. I think she's been awesome in her appearances, at least most of them. Very capable fighter. My favorite suit of hers is the silver white armor that she wears in Ragnarok and Endgame. I hope they bring that look back, because she is awesome. And I like when she rides her Pegasus, taking out in the final battle in Endgame, when she's riding around in her Pegasus fighting the bad guys. Love it. So Valkyrie I definitely want to see, because Thor's back, and to see them team up would be awesome again. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, Jeremy Renner. I want to see him back, because Kate Bishop, I want to see the mentors and the proteges team up in these films, whatever. She-Hulk, kind of a hot take, but I want to see She-Hulk done well in the MCU. I think Tatiana Maslany is great in the role. That show just did not have good writing, but she is great in the role, and they got the look of the character down with her suit and her look. But the show itself is just not written very well. But the character, if written well, can be amazing. And I think Tatiana Maslany is perfect for the role. Scarlet Witch. I want to see Wanda back. And, as a good guy. I don't want to see her. She's had her villain role. I want to see her back as a good guy. At least as a tweener. Because she's primarily she's been a good guy. At least in the comics, too, she's definitely had her spouts where she's gone crazy, or you maybe even been a villain, but primarily Wanda's always been a good guy. So I want to see her back as a good guy in these movies. All right, that's the ones I forgot to list towards the middle. All right, the last two might be hot takes, but one of them's already confirmed. I want to see Scarlett Johansson back as Natasha Romanoff, whether that be as a good Black Widow, an evil variant of Black Widow, or Natasha. I want to see Scarlett Johansson come back, because she deserves to have a proper send-off with Florence Pugh, the Yelena. So, I think we're going to get that. So, I want to see ScarJo back as some iteration or iterations of Black Widow. Same with Chris Evans. Chris Evans is confirmed. I want to see him come back as whether it's as a good Cap, an evil variant of Cap, like Captain Hydra. I'm excited to see Chris Evans back. So, I'm excited. This whole thing is about this whole saga is about alternate universes and multiverse and doppelgangers, variants, whatever. So to not bring these classic characters and actors back would be a missed opportunity, in my opinion. So I definitely want to see ScarJo and Chris Evans back. All right, now we get on to the characters I do not want to see. And it's a pretty short list. Number 1, Korg. I definitely want, well, Thor's confirmed, but I definitely want to see Valkyrie. I do not want to see Korg because that character grates on my... He was tolerable in Ragnarok, but after that it just got dumb. He was horrible in Love and Thunder, which is also a terrible movie. I do not want to see Korg. He would contribute nothing. Leave Korg out of it. Number 2, I do not want to see the Eternals. I think they fumbled the ball on bringing the Eternals into the MCU. Where that movie ended, I don't know. That movie just... Not saying it was a terrible movie, but the way it was executed did not fit them well into the MCU. They could have done that movie better to set up the Eternals to be involved in the future. And where this story is going, I don't see how they would fit in. So leave the Eternals out of it. Number 3, America Chavez. Now, disclaimer here. I would not mind seeing America Chavez back for Secret Wars or down the road somewhere. But for this movie, to me, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop, Joaquin Torres, those characters, those younger heroes have had a lot of development, I think, through their shows and now in the movies. Whereas I think America Chavez hasn't been really developed that well. So I want to see her come back, but not necessarily in this movie. But I wouldn't mind seeing her make an appearance, but I don't want her to have a main big role in this movie. But I definitely want to see her again. At number 4, Moon Knight, kind of the same thing. I definitely want to see the character back, but the character has not had enough development yet, I think, to fit in with this large group of heroes. He's literally only had his own show, and he hasn't appeared anywhere else. So and in that show, he never interacted with any of the main MCU characters. His show is very self-contained. No even wider references to the wider MCU. So he would not fit well here, I don't think. Maybe in Secret Wars, but not here. Number 5, Red Hulk. Now, I would not mind seeing Red Hulk again in a final battle and maybe in Secret Wars, but for Doomsday, I think he would just take up screen time that they don't... Because they're already probably getting the Green Hulk, Bruce Banner and She-Hulk in it, right? So, to me, having Red Hulk here would just eat up a lot of unnecessary screen time. I think they do need to bring him back, though, for maybe the final battle. But anyway, so that's kind of what... I think it kind of goes back to he hasn't really been developed enough as Red Hulk for me to want him back for this movie. Anyway, guys, that's kind of my list on who I want to see, some characters I don't want to see. And do you agree? Who are some characters you want to see and don't want to see? Just let me know. And so my video next month will probably be my review of the first X-Men movie that kind of started the whole team-up superhero thing, really. So Hugh Jackman originally became the one where Hugh Jackman played his first time as Wolverine, and a lot of these characters did. So look forward to that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and peace out.